Mic check 1 2 1 2. I was just praying. And I'm driving right now, so I'm a little bit distracted. Probably not the best time to do this, but I just feel the prompting. And I was just praying for some men in my life, praying for their hearts, praying for their story, thanking God for his blessings, even though we can look at our lives and kind of maybe not be fully satisfied or even excited or even grateful at times for what we have. But I really felt strongly to lift a few brothers up. I'm not going to publicly do it because some of the stuff is private. But what I'm realizing, I think, is the world needs men of conviction. And I know that's easy to say, right? It's not got much meat on that bone because it doesn't say anything. But I promise that word, conviction, carries a lot of weight. Because what it does is it forces us to make a choice in hard times. Maybe when we're presented with the fork in the road, so to speak. Do I go this way or do I go the other way? And the world wants to tell us that we can have it both ways, or that we can have the way that we really want, and that we would prefer. And I'm encouraging and I'm challenging my brothers and my sisters out there. The comfortable choice is not the best choice all the time. And look, I'm looking at myself in this camera right now, and I'm talking to myself. And I'm telling myself this every day to be a man of conviction. That when I say yes, it's yes. And when I say no, it's no. And there's not much middle ground. Because the Lord has prompted a conviction in my heart, and I would be obedient to that conviction. And I know that that's heavy at times. I know that sometimes the conviction can scare the piss out of me. Like it can be heavy. But I'm here to say that the Lord hasn't put a conviction in your heart that you're not able to carry, that you're not able to see through. Sorry, driving. And probably shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving, but I'm pretty fired up. And I was just praying. I was praying with Jesus, and I was just praying, kind of like interceding. And man, I just feel so heavy for some of the guys in my life, and some of the guys I don't even know. I bet you there are so many of us out there that are just feeling the weight of the life of responsibility. Like, I kind of describe it like there's just weight on our shoulders and on our upper backs that maybe you've gotten used to. And I want you to know, and I think I need to know, that Jesus wants to walk with us. He wants to walk with us. And he wants to lighten that load, so to speak. Not to make life easier, but to teach us to recognize that his power is what gives us strength. It's our humility to walk with him and to take, I was just listening to a podcast and he used the analogy of the backpack, that a lot of times we go through our lives and we fill this metaphorical backpack that we carry, and we put things in it, and we get weighed down. And then Jesus wants to come in and take the bag off our shoulders. I'm so moved by this because why would the King of the world, why would the Prince of Heaven, why would he stoop down into our muck? That's what makes him special. And that he would choose you And he would choose me to love. When he's the one worthy, he's the one glorious, he's the one deserving of all praise and honor. And even in that, he chooses us, and he wants to be near us. He wants to grab my dirty, sweaty, nasty backpack and lift my load. And he wants to take the weight. And again, I'm going to come back to the word of conviction. Men of valor, women of righteousness, brothers and sisters out there, I urge you, pray for the strength to execute the conviction that he's placed inside your spirit. He's crafted the heart that's beating inside your chest for a time like now. He's designed your heart, he's designed your mind, he's designed everything about you. It's not by chance. It's not by chance that I'm so passionate about this. It's not by chance that you're passionate about feeding the hungry or giving homes to the homeless. It's not by chance. I promise you. And I think part of the culture that we live in, and I'm still figuring this out, but the culture is almost like wanting to tell us that this is by chance, that like it's just part of who I am. Like I just am the way I am. But no, God has made you that way. Like the scriptures say in Psalms that he knitted us and fashioned us in our mother's wombs. Wow. He was interceding on our behalf before we were born. Imagine, just think about that. Think about it for a second. Imagine you were able to get, if you have children, imagine you're able to get into your wife's or your own, if you're a girl, if you get into your own belly and start to tweak and to design and to craft the human being inside your stomach. Just imagine you could pick and choose which things and which genetic traits, which ways of thinking, whether they're right-handed or left-handed, whether they have blue, green, brown eyes, whether they're dark-skinned or light-skinned or fair-skinned or whatever it is. Imagine you could do that to your child, be based on the things that you desire. God is doing that on every single one of us. He is fashioning us in the way that he sees fit. And that is so beautiful. I'm on a tangent, but that is so beautiful. The church of Christ, the bridegroom of Christ, is not by chance. He's picking and choosing and designing us. And that is unlike anything I can even articulate. I digress. Back to the conviction thing. I don't know if you think about it often, but the spiritual warfare that's taking place. I think I've heard it said that the time we are living in is it's not unique, but there is precedent for the situations, like something like that. That was a really terrible way of describing it. It's like we're living in a time where it's never been lived before, but there have been other precedent events that are like setting a precedent for today. And I would just say, I said in my previous video that we need we need dangerous men, and what I wish I could articulate that better. But we need people that are willing to live on the edge. And when I say that, I think of the context of like a Jesus or like a John the Baptist or a Paul, Apostle Paul, who forsaking everything, lay down their life for the sake of the gospel and the sake of Christ and knowing him and furthering his kingdom. I think that today we need that more than ever. We need the brothers, we need the fathers, we need the mothers, we need the sisters to stand strong. And I feel like there's so much more to be said, but that's what was prompted. And I hope that sits well. I'm not a pastor, not a theologian. I don't read my Bible enough. I pray. I seek God. I love Him, and I know that I'm loved by Him. So receive it in that context. Whoever's watching, know that you're loved. You're a son or a daughter of the Most High God. And yeah, God bless.